Damn!
Today's video is going to cover off two different tunes and setups for the Porsche 918 Spyder, introduced in patch 1.19. One of these tunes is a max build I used to knock out the new Hypercar Cafe menu, and the other is a specific tune for Le Mans, allowing you to add this car to your credit rotation, earning you just under 1.7 million per hour. At the end of the video, I'll put up all the spec sheets so you can easily refer back to them as you're tuning your own car. This Porsche is likely my favorite road car in the game currently. It's super forgiving, it sounds great, and it feels fast moving around the track. There likely isn't another road car in the game that's as easy to drive fast. It's an incredible car, and one that every GT7 player should eventually get into their garage. At 1.6 million, it's a relatively expensive car, but it's worth it. Depending on where you are in the game, this car can easily compete on multiple levels. The great news is it's in the brand dealership, so it's available 24/7 whenever you earn the credits to pick it up. And the best thing is you can easily earn back those credits within an hour. I've linked my money making tunes in the corner should you be looking for ways to change up your grind. So a quick note on this car, there does appear to be some issues with the car in the sense that the hybrid system seems to not be working correctly, and to me it feels somewhat overpowered for its rating. But that aside, I built out the tuning guide for its current state. If the car is updated or nerfed at a later date, I'll be sure to update the pinned comments with the tuning changes required. So a bit about the car. The 918 Spyder was introduced in 2011. It's powered by a 4.7 liter V8 and it's mated to a single rear electric mower. It produces a stock 599 horsepower, but when the motor is factored in, the car's performance is incredible, reaching 62 miles per hour in just 2.6 seconds. The 918 Spyder only had 918 examples produced, and it also has some track cred, reaching a top speed of 214.4 miles per hour, and it holds a 6 meter 50 second time on the Nürburgring. So with that out of the way, let's get into the tune. For both these setups, I tried to limit the permanent upgrades of the car. The reason for this was because of where it sits in the middle of the 700 and 800 performance points band. I wanted to be able to tune and detune it for multiple events. So aside from weight reduction and a crankshaft, everything else is bolted components, meaning you can reverse most of these tunes. In addition, I did not use a wide body kit for this tune, but I did opt in for custom aero on the front, side, rear, and wing for both builds. For the Le Mans tune, at 700 performance points, we get this to 688 horsepower, 763 pounds of torque, and a weight of just over 3,100 pounds. It's equipped with Racing Hard's tires, but you will need a set of wet or immediate for Le Mans. I've lowered the body height and adjusted the front-rear balance. I've further adjusted the suspension. I've slightly adjusted the LSD. I've added weight, adjusted the downforce, cranked down both the power and the ECU, and we've adjusted the transmission manual along with some custom gearing. And that's important, so I had to use a manual transmission here just to drop the performance points level to squeak out a bit more power out of the car. So the other tune is the max build if you want to unleash this car completely. So this one is built around 946 horsepower, 933 pounds of torque, and a weight of 3,200 pounds. I built this on racing mediums. You absolutely can use racing softs if you are using this for the hypercar menu. There's no performance points limit on that menu, and the tune will actually perform even better with softs, but I just ran with mediums because the car is already overkill by a wide margin. So I lowered the suspension further and adjusted the balance front and rear. Suspension remains relatively the same as the Le Mans tune. I did adjust the camber and the toe angle, further increased downforce, removed the additional weight in the ballast, maxed both the power and the ECU, and adjusted the transmission. And it's important to note for this tune, this is now a racing transmission along with some custom gearing. So in terms of the parts you'll need to pick up, these tunes utilize new tires, fully customized suspension, a fully customized LSD, additional downforce from GT Auto, a full control computer, ballast, power restrictor, and as mentioned before, the two transmissions, the manual for the Le Mans build, and the racing transmission for the max build. Racing components include an air filter, muffler, exhaust manifold, discs, pads, brake balance controller, and a clutch and flywheel. So the livery on this car is also my own. It's just a simple abstract design that highlights the stock interior components and brakes. It's a mixture of bluish purple metallic paint with lime highlights. So for the race strategy for Le Mans, just set the fuel consumption to 5 and leave it there until the final 1 or 2 laps. You can then lean in faster. In most races, you'll likely stay out on racing hards unless you get some heavy rain and the grip meter is over 1/3, and you'll have to pit in to adjust your tires for the weather. For the hypercar parade, there's really no strategy, like just put the car on the track and laugh at the competition as you blow by them on the first lap. This car could also be viable to compete in the 800 performance point level. It would be a bit underrated, but the fuel consumption is still an issue because it is a road car. but I'd encourage you to play with the tune and see what other events you could use it on. So I hope you enjoyed these two tuning options and they serve you well in your garage. If you enjoyed these tunes, please like or comment below. It greatly helps with the channel growth on YouTube, and it helps guide me on what type of content you guys enjoy and want more of. If you're looking to connect with others in gaming in general, if you want specific GT7 info, tunes, or just conversation, feel free to join our 22 Gaming Discord. As always, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.